Pleasant good evening to each and everyone in Georgetown, Guyana, the diaspora, and elsewhere. Today's episode is concerning the whole world going mad. And the answer to that is I'm going to make it clear. Those who's without sin cast the first stone. Quotation from Jesus, the Savior, as the Christian proclaim, while the Muslim says a message. But nevertheless, we should learn from the past. No war is good. And anyone entering into a war, it is over a few things that I will describe. If it is not tribal, it's a caste system. If it's not that, it's a religious problem. And if it's not that, as I said, it is people versus people because of ignorance. Everybody believe they're right and everybody have an answer. Which brings me back to what's happening as today. We sit down here while many of us are enjoying our birthday, wedding anniversary, and many more are looking football, boxing, music, dancing, partying. The Middle East are in chaos. Israel versus the Palestinians in their own country. But whether it is biblical, whether it is reality or practical, we got to look upon it in this way. If the Bible is true, and those Israelites over there happens to be the real people, the one that God loved more, and that's the promised land, I would have rather not to be in no part of the land, of no part of the world. Because people are fighting in every part of the world today because of land dispute. We got war in Africa as we talk right now, killing each other. For what? Border dispute, religion, people, different groups of people, tribes. What have we gained from it from all those years to now? Today, the world should be much more civilized than 100 years ago. Friends, I have listened to a lot of things, but before I continue, I must say to the world and to you again, let's give our condolence again to the innocent life in Israel and the Palestinian people. Let's take a minute silence. Yes, friends, it is very heartrending, it is very hurtful when political leaders, all they could think about is to kill people, make laws to suffer people. But who to be blamed? Blame not the politician, blame ourselves. In the time of the crucifixion of Jesus, you, the Christians, should know it better. The governor Pontius Pilate risks his life when he tried to be prosecutor and judge and lawyer in one to defend the Jesus, the Christ of Nazareth. He asked his guards to bring out the most devilish creature from the prison. It so happened it was Barabbas, a whoremonger, a drunkard, a thief, a murderer, versus an innocent man called the Jesus, who was speaking on behalf of peace, love, and the kingdom to come. And everything to help your brothers, help the less fortunate. But who killed him? If the Bible is truth again, it is his own killing. According to people, it is the same Jewish people killing. Because what was his charge? Was when he went to the marketplace or wherever and beat those gangsters up and says his father's house is not a place for gamblers or whatever. That was his death penalty. But being you hungry people, in Guyana and the rest of the world that your politicians keep you hungry. So every time they come with a loaf of bread and some butter and cheese and a cup of tea, they get you all to vote to kill the Jesus again and save the Barabbas. Therefore, we must call upon the world at large to stop this ignorant thing of killing one another over border dispute, over religion, and over whatever other ism is behind it. We have seen a lot of things. Moses was a rebellious prophet. He could have been the king of Egypt, but he went against the Pharaoh. As the story says, he was found in a basket floating in the Nile. But as I live into this world, I learn a lot. And I'll make this clear. There are good Jewish people. There are good Muslim people. There are good Hindus people. There are good Christian people. Good Buddhists. There are good black people. There are good white people. Good Chinese people. Good Jews, good whatever. But also they are serpent among us. In our own family, there's good and bad. My friends, sometimes I make jokes about the Jews. But then again, as I said, they are good ones, not all. And the East Indian descendant from India to Pakistan, from Kashmir, to whatever. And I said, why are they fighting for land and they love money? They might have a genetic line some way, which a A and a D might be able to divorce it, not a D and a A. Because it is too close to call the behavior of the same kind of behavior from two different nations. I put my study that a tiger could never put his paws in a lion's paws. Nor a donkey, nor a horse, nor a mule could never stand up next to a zebra and class themselves. Which means there are a little similarity between the Indian race and the Jewish ancestors. And they are good and bad amongst everybody. The Arab, the Egyptian, who are descended from many 100,000 years ago. And if you look at them, they look like Indians also, and they look like blacks because they're mixed. I was in Saudi Arabia. I was also in Egypt. I walked the Mediterranean. And when I see an Arab, I see an Indian. Only when they speak. Whether you call them Muslim, Hindus, or Christian. And we can't understand why are we fighting over land, nationality, and religion when we are all worshiping one God. But then I want to say, if the Jews in Israel today is God's chosen people, which I don't believe, because if a woman makes 12 children and choose one over the rest, the other 11 is going to kill it because of jealousy. And no damn good woman will do that because cat, dog, elephant, other animals and other birds don't do that. Why human? The highest being on the face of the planet will think like that. Something not right. And if God is God, I don't believe that parable or that teaching. Trust me. Another thing, slavery. Who are a slave and when slavery began? The Bible specifically claims the Lord made man in his own image and likeness. And he also say, if he said it, because I don't believe that, from your sweat you shall live. You're a slave. But he provides for the birds in the air and the fishes in the sea. So a lot of things I do not buy, ladies and gentlemen, because thousands and thousands of years of historian writing and changing the language from one language to another so they may mislead us. And here today we are fighting each other. The latest one, no matter how long we live, we will have racism. We'll have religiousism. We will have division amongst nationalities. But we all will end up in the dirt. Why are we fighting for land? Think. The Jewish people have a history. But there are good ones and there are bad ones. They was rejected from 100 and something country. It's alleged. Nobody want them around. What does that 100 and some country know make they did not want them? They are human like you and I. We all make mistakes. Friends, even in the Arab continent where Prophet Muhammad was born, and he happens to be the seal of all prophets according to them, the messenger, the last messenger, the last prophet. If I heard it right, forgive me, correct me if you may. He had to go to war against his own, and an insect, a spider, saved him. So for my Jewish brother, Jesus was a peacemaker. And if you are a Jew and he's a Jew, then you have no peace amongst you. But you say shalom. And the Muslim who's supposed to be Muhammad follower or warriors, they say salam. And the whole bloody world is in an alarm because of salam and shalom. My argument is plain and simple. Anyone who out of Europe, living any other part of the world, or anyone out of India, living any other part of the world, or Africa or China, living any other part of the world to the exception of Europe, Africa, China, and India, but you're living in other country that your ancestor slaughter the native and take over. You are no different from what we are seeing happening today in Israel, killing people back in there, making excuse, bombing hospital, blowing up ambulance, killing UN workers, and we sit down, and many of us are supporting it. When people speak out against it, they're being victimized, murdered, family being killed. 100 and something UN workers was murdered according to information. Many journalists was murdered. It is time for the world to speak with one voice and put an end to this nonsense. If not, we are killing each other, and it looks like the ends of the time. The black race out of Africa is complaining about 400 years of slavery, but they inherit what the great-grandparents have went through, that they wouldn't give up the car, the plane, the swimming pool, the house, and the fancy living, and the knife and fork, and the gold around the neck to go back to Mother Africa, but they were full of mouth talking, blowing saxophone, playing guitar, beating drum set. Some of the greatest athletes, singers, dancers, actors, great musicians, scientists, doctors, pilots. But today, we curse the European, who himself was a slave under the Moors in Spain and under other people. They were even killing the kings, beheading them. We are the 24th century generation. Let's put an end to this nonsense. Let's call upon the world with one voice in the UN, President Biden, and the English Prime Minister and others to put an end to this nonsense. There's a woman in England who speaks out. She was expelled from Parliament, 9 Dowling Street or 7 Dowling Street, because of the Prime Minister, an Indian. He cannot go against Israel because his wife, according to information is alleged, signed a contract with BP, British Petroleum, for $1.5 billion in some investment. Why we are chasing money but killing people? Where are we taking it? You could have a golden toilet like the Shah. You could have a golden car, plane. Where are you taking it? To the maggots to finish you in 6 months? And leave your skeleton in the graveyard? Or for the fire to burn you and leave you in dust? Friends, wake up. They don't want you. Also, now let me touch Guyana. We have a major problem in Guyana. A young woman was charged for murdering her daughter, 16-year-old. Yes, I condemn it, she was wrong. How do we know what triggered that woman to kill her own beloved daughter that she fed for 9 months and kill her at age 16? Roma has it. The father died and leave her property, and that's why. Could it be the man who was friending, I'm asking a question with the mother, was interfering with the young woman and the mother caught them. So she went into the grave and killed her daughter. Or could it be that she was mentally ill? But Guyanese, Indian and black, you run to judgment and jail her. Again, she was free. And when the public here, you Indian and black in the majority, call upon the government to put her back and they reinstate her back into prison. Well, I want to ask the president, the vice president, Anil Nandalal and the DPP. A woman lost her period 2 months and the doctor said you're pregnant. They prepare for a baby that will arrive in 9 months. But the baby came 6 months. Doctor declared the baby immature. Must they put it back into the womb of the mother and wait under 9 months? You effing hypocrites. Babies born at 6 months, 7 months, 8 months are incubator. You release the woman from prison. She did not break the jail and get out. You loose the woman. That I call double jeopardy, which means Guyana don't have a court system. When ministers of government can use their office to lock up and kill who they want, and y'all call the woman a criminal when y'all are ruled by criminals? Come on! And y'all call yourself Christian, Muslim, and Hindus, calling on Bhagwan, Allah, and God? You bloody hypocrites! Give up the Holy Quran, the Ramayana, and the Bible. All of you are Satan generation. Y'all are wicked, devious, treacherous, and corrupt. You are trying to justify a crime to cover your crime. But you set the woman free. I don't care who was in negligence. She did not break the jail. She was sent out free. It was disclosed that she was free due to good behavior. Come on. But what happened? She had to be reinstated back in jail. So which one of you, Anil Nandalal, Bharat Jagdeo, Mr. Ali, and DPP, you're a woman. Can I push back a 6-month baby that born premature into your womb? So 3 months more must wait before it develops? Hypocrites! If Allah hear me, He shall strike all of you and run you mad. And you all are ignorant, stupid, spiteful, and very unfair. I quite agree that the woman suffer enough by killing her own. Imagine an Indian woman kill her own Indian daughter. Could it be that she flipped? Could it be the daughter was messing around with the stepfather? Come on, man. But she never committed a crime before. She had need medical help and psychiatrist. She is suffering already for killing what came out of her womb, her own flesh and blood. To be dealt with criminal worse than her, that y'all are killing innocent people by starving them as ministers of government on both sides of the fence. And soon people open them out, you use the ignorant black police, beat them, lock them up, frame charge them, and kill them in prison. Y'all got children, eh? Y'all got children. The curse of y'all shall fall upon the doorstep of your children. Jesus said it, not me. So if y'all gonna prosecute me for that, your ancestors prosecute him for it too. And I will say, he who is without sin, cast the first stone. I call upon the patriotic Guyanese, Indian and black, the good ones, come together. The Portuguese and Chinese come together. The country of Guyana is an Amerindian country, ruled by two dangerous people, great-grandchildren of slavery and great-grandchildren of cheap labor. You still hold on to India with your culture, but the black African descendants still hold on to Guyana, only talk of Africa, but never bring the culture, a very simple thing. Then there's argument. Too many Venezuelans are in the country. Thank you. Up new members in parliament. Then I was made to understand it's alleged Winston Felix, I think, if I got the name wrong, forgive me, but it's Winston, brought 50,000 Haitian into Guyana. Where are you putting them up, in Madja? Tell me, are you putting them up in Madja to commit another genocide like what happened in the 60s? But I have nothing against my Asian brothers and sisters. But Haiti, they're quick to kill and burn tired people with tire. Let it be known to them, don't try that in Guyana. And the Venezuelan open up the door to Guyanese, 120,000 family, that many of them grandchildren born in Venezuela, and their children grow up there. Some don't even have birth certificate. Do you know why? I was there when I met a lot of them. Remember, America always gets what America wants. 200 and something thousand Indians. 200 something thousand blacks. Y'all take a country don't belong to you because you claiming slavery and the other one claiming they have a rival. So none of you could condemn Israel. Say, he who have no sin cast the first stone. Israel is wrong. But not all Jews, all Israelites are wrong. Those who are in power, those who have something to hide are wrong to kill innocent people in their own land. That's their land, by the way. Especially knowing 1947, they was to be in Guyana. But I swear here today, I would have rather them in Guyana. They would have developed it 40 years ago. We wouldn't have got problem between black and Indian. We wouldn't have got problem with Venezuelan border. Brazil even opened the border to Guyanese. Suriname. Like the Indian who make the song, Trinidad send us home, Barbados deport us, Antigua turn their back on us. He better understand how many Guyanese is in those countries. But nobody want garbage in their country. In Queens, you all take a piece of land and call it Little Guyana. When the educated blacks living in Harlem, Brooklyn, Chicago, Washington, I hear the name of street, Burnham Street or Jagan Street. You all even name the airport Jagan Airport. Why it couldn't be at Kingston or Timeri? I hear no place named after the Amerindian. Come on, man. I know what I'm saying. You all may not like it. But I call up an Allah, Bhagwan or God, if you're hearing me. Whatever to be, let it be. But those who hurt innocent people, children, your children going to answer it back. Believe it or not. Plenty will eat and I get raw. Plenty of you in Guyana, your children going to eat shit, run mad. Because y'all are nothing but scavengers. Living on the crumbs of corrupt politicians that y'all put in power. Digar is the only politician that turned his DIS business into shareholder that Indian and black alike could get a share. And followed by we, who's trying our best to bring Guyanese to a standard of living so every Guyanese can return back to Guyana. Black and Indian alike, because you're the majority, unite, put the country forward, open up the door to the less fortunate of Africa, Ghana, and elsewhere, and India. But we must make laws. We must not tolerate a conflict of religion or race unless we are the human race. Come on. We have to stand up and speak with one voice. I'm in solidarity with the innocent Jews who are losing their life, and also I'm in solidarity with the Palestinians. We must not kill each other, friend. We must unite to make this world a better place. How long does we have to live on this world? You have good Jewish people. You have good Muslims, good Christians, good Hindus. I beg of you in the name of God, whether you believe in the teaching of Jesus, and I want my Jewish brothers to know, Jesus was a peacemaker. Muhammad was a warrior, such as Moses. So please, understand, you all may cause the Third World War. Stop it. Let's unite. And I want you to know, if you kill my family and I'm a child, and I grow up, you think I will love you? I will try to get big overnight to get back to fight against you. As they got a saying, Bible story, a charging chariot have no friends. A bullet out of a gun does not know the master. So why are we killing each other Bring an end to it, UN. Bring an end to it, Joe Biden. Stop supporting people, killing people around the world. You have witnessed, or maybe you have heard, we have done it to Japan because they interfere with Pearl Harbor. We have done it in Korea. We went into Vietnam. We will lie, but Saddam went into Iraq. How many more places must we have enemies? For it is better to have friends than enemies. China is sitting laughing while Russia and you have problem, America. What happened to the Cold War? Communist done, now it's stupidness. There's no feelings for human dignity. Come on, Joe. Before God answer the final farewell, I beg you to bring an end to this war. And for the Prime Minister in England, he should be ashamed of himself for what he have done. And those in Parliament in Downing Street, to sack a young woman who is in there with them, speak out against the war of Israel, killing innocent people, they sack her according to information. If that is the case, may God have mercy also upon him and who make those decisions. For the voice of the innocent will be heard into the doors of heaven, while the scream of the wicked shall be heard from hell. With this, I want you all to know, in Guyana, let's form a national front government, the Amerindian in charge, administered by the other race, and hold all politicians accountable for crime they committed against humanity in Guyana. And no country must give them political asylum. Long live the struggle of Walter Rodney. People's power, no dictator. Long live the power of freedom. There will always be a better way when we unite as one. Peace be unto all of you in the world, and let's unite and give God world peace and bring love and share love and mercy so God can enter. Have a good day. I'm your host. Thank you very much, George Ryan.